Is this getting worse and worse? Like, I'm completely unprepared today. But I figured today would just be like let's just sew together. And I don't really have a plan. I'm going to finish I'm not even picked up oh, you know what? Let's leave out the clapper. Let's leave out the clapper. This is just going to be us sewing together. Hopefully I can find my instructions. Let me grab my stuff. I just rinsed out my snowflakes, which are adorable. I just dropped it. I know it says cool water. I think that's what the instructions usually say is to do your hi Lanny. Is it Lanny or is it Laney? I know it says to do it in cool water, but I always use hot water. I think hot water is faster and quicker, and that's what I'm looking for. So I'm very happy to be doing this so long because I'm all I have to do are my outer borders and then put it all together. And so I really am excited to do this with you guys because then I'm accountable. So I was like, okay, this is perfect. I'm going to get it done. But here's everything else that's been stitched so far. I'm not completely worthless. Last night, I finally did my sample for the Vile Toadstool class. Oh, I didn't finish this either. So we'll finish these. Maybe I'll start by, I'm going to set up my my outer borders, and while the outer borders are stitching, I'm going to press and trim all of this stuff. I did my inner borders. Here are my inner borders. Then they came out super cute. Super, super cute. And I love the stitching. I used Hala Shimmer. And you know I love that thread. And it's so beautiful. So just had to do a little close-up of that. And let me grab... Okay. Let me grab my my stuff for this. So I'd already cut down my fabric. I'm not sure which one it is. I think it is this one. I'm just going to be... Do I have to sew this together? Don't even remember anymore. Let me grab my cheat sheet because I think I wrote everything on here. I'll be stitching 2 strips out at a time until I have 45 inches, and then I will cut my strips down. So that means I cut my batting and my fabric 6.5 inches by 4. I had to piece my fabric border to make it a little bit longer. Is this pieced? This isn't pieced. Where's my pieced piece? Or did I just make that up? What's this one? This looks like my... Oh, here we go. I did piece this. Okay, so I pieced this, but it doesn't look like I cut it down yet. Let's load it. So this one is definitely pieced together. And... Did you like that? That was me breathing on the camera because it looked really dirty. There we go. Better. Okay. So I pieced this piece, but it doesn't look like I cut it down to 6.5. Before I do that, I'm going to load the design. Let's load the design. I'd already pre-cut my batting to go underneath it. So let's load it all up. Can you believe this? Look. This is the big bad clapper. There's also a 6.5 inch, which was at the store, and I was so sad because I haven't grabbed mine yet. And so last night, let me show you what I was working on. I was actually doing it this morning too. So this is the sew along for Let It Snow. But this is what I worked on this weekend. This is Vile Toadstools from Crabapple Hill. And this is an upcoming class. So I just have to show this to you really quickly. I started with just this picture. It's a hand sewing design. I started with this took a picture of it with my phone, sent it to the machine, because someday I would like to do hand stitching, but for right now, I just don't have the time. Hers is so cute. And ta-da! So I got a little bit done. Okay, I'm not loving the fact that I made these stems green. That's the only thing I'm not loving. I had a really tough time making the pink, and then I was trying to do these colors, but in retrospect, I should have just gone with some tans and browns. But this is an upcoming class. Show you how to take a picture and then turn it into embroidery design. And it was really easy. I mean, it's so pretty. Okay, let's put that away. But, oh, I didn't even set up my computer yet. Hey, Patrick.
What?
Is my computer up there? But this was fun, and I pieced it all last night, too. It is?
I said I don't know where your computer is.
Okay. I need to set it up.
The last I saw...
It's not on the corner of that table? Oh, I see it. I see it. Hang on, I'm just grabbing my computer.
Taking the dogs out.
Okay. That'd be great. Let's hook this up. Give me just a second. I know some of you bought the kit for that and you're like, are we ever going to use it? Yes. Okay, I'm going to load this into my machine first. So let's go ahead and do that. I was just piecing the back of Vile Toadstools. So I had a whole bunch of strips left over. And I was just sewing them all together. That's what I was doing this morning. I couldn't stop sewing last night. I was up until like 2:30 sewing. Right? Do you guys ever get like that? Usually when I sew late like that, I go, oh my God. When I start making mistakes, then it's time to go to bed. But I wasn't making any mistakes, so I just kept going. Okay, let me take off my dual feed foot. Where's my hoop screwdriver? Everything was just going really smoothly, so I just kept sewing. Da 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 da. I have Dua Lipa on my mind. Hang on, I'm getting onto YouTube so I can see you guys. Give me just a sec. Why isn't this showing me? Okay, here we go. All right. Gonna go ahead. All right. Oops. Why isn't this, hang on a second. Gonna go ahead. I'm getting feedback. There we go. All right. Gonna change out my foot. This is what you want. This is the hoop screwdriver. It's made perfectly to fit over this screw on the machine. So this one right here, this should never be loose enough for you to undo by hand. So there, just get it going a little bit. Then you can undo it by hand. So make sure you have one of these. I would put this in like my top 5 favorite things that I use in my sewing room. Maybe even top 3. What's everyone working on? Hope to be more organized someday. All right, there we go. And now we're ready. Now I can go into my embroidery. So I'm going to go into embroidery. And the design I'm looking for. And I think I loaded it via design database transfer last time. And it is Winter 2 border. And if ever you're not sure, just look at the picture in your printout or your book. Because Winter 2, let's just make sure. This one's Winter 2 with the snowman. I'm always like, I'm not going to buy those that background quilting. I have like 8 million background quilting designs. And then I end up getting it. Because it's like special. And crocheting flowers sounds amazing to me. So, what's this one? But we want longer. That's too long because I'm using my 12-inch hoop. There we go. That's the one I want. So I'm going to go ahead and set it. I'm going to go to my settings button. Yours might look like notebook paper. It might be down here too. But just look like it looks like notebook paper. And I used my 8x12 yesterday. It's been like years. That used to be like my favorite. I used it all the time. I did a lot of Anita Good quilts, and that 8x12 was what I used all the time. So everything here looks good. I'm going to go ahead and say okay. I'm just going to take that design, edit. I'm going to move it, and let's snug it over. And I'm trying to think if I want to... I'm trying to think which way I want to run my... I think I'm going to snug it all the way. And it's important that you select your hoop size so you know exactly how much workspace you have to work with. I'm going to say, okay, easiest way to get another one of these is just hit this button to make a copy. And then you want to go move, center it. So you know it's perfectly centered. It's perfectly centered up and down, like vertically, not horizontally. Or do I have that the other way around? I'm going to move this over just a little bit, just like that. And I think I'll run my stabilizer left and right. I'm keeping my fabric as one piece so I can just lay it down. And then you can see right here, I am 5.5 inches wide, and I cut my fabric 6.5 inches wide. So keep that in mind. Like you can see how wide it is right now. So I think I loaded it first, and then I looked at my measurements, and then I added an inch. And that's how I figured out that I wanted to have 6.5 inches. Okay? So if you loaded another one, like let's say we did... Let's say you were doing 3 at a time in a bigger hoop. Of course, it's not going to fit in this. And then you could go, oh, look, I have 8.5 inches width. So I'm going to cut my fabric 9.5 inches. Does that make sense? But I'm not going to be doing this one over here. I'm just going to do 2 until I fill up my 48 inches or my 45 inches of fabric. I think I measured it 48 inches. So I'm going to undo. This is my undo button. Or I can just hit trash can. And that'll get rid of the one that has the red dots around it. Okay? So we're good to go. Let's go ahead and hoop up. After each hooping, I am going to trim my fabric and then rehoop. So... 7x12. Feel like maybe I might be getting sick. And run down. And so Mondays are garbage day. And the dogs lose it. Let me see, start making. Oh no, the safe place. The safe place. So I don't know what this is. Oh, wait a minute. Look, I did piece this piece. So I guess I just put the selvage on. So this is my 6.5. I'm glad I flipped it to the back side. So this skinny piece is ready to go. Maybe I had pieced this and then I cut it. I have no idea. No, these two pieces are, I guess I did piece that one too. This is the back for sure. Glad I looked, and glad I looked at the back. Okay, we are ready to go. The batting, I probably will leave my batting in the seams. This is Hobbs 80/20, and for some reason, this roll that I got is kind of thick. So I could cut it out of the seams if I want, but I don't know, I might leave it. And then I'm trying to think if I want to run it up and down or left to right. Left to right, left to right. Let me see if I have anything cut to do it left to right. Just a minute. I'm going through my little basket of pre-cut pieces of muslin. This one. Is this one big enough? No. I thought I cut some last time. This goes up and down. This goes up and down. What is this? I thought I cut a piece for what we were doing last time. Every time I'm like, okay, I thought I cut a piece and then I cut another one. Should I just cut another one? What's this? That was left over some cutie. Oh, there we go. There we go. How is everyone today? Cindy, I saw you got your wallflower done. It's very cute. New way to do these strips. Yeah, I'm leaving mine in one piece. So here's mine. It's all in one piece. I left my topping all in one piece. This, when we were prepping, I cut these. And I was like, why did I do that? It was so annoying because I had to deal with each strip. But yes, I would just leave it all in one piece. So much easier. And I can't decide if I'm going to trim out the batting on the sides. I may or may not, depending on how I feel and how bulky it feels. Because sometimes I just leave it. Sometimes I leave it because I be lazy. Okay, here we go. Literally, I just had that piece that I was like, oh, that's perfect to run. Here it is. Okay, here we go. We're going to run this left and right. Because I'm going to trim it after each time out of the muslin. So, if you want to do it where you are, you know how Becky did a video where she showed you how to do continuous hooping, and I loved it. I did it with Sweetheart Street. I was not successful because I did not have good magnets. So number one, you have to have good magnets. You cannot skimp. I was skimping. I tried to get the ones from Amazon, and they were not the same, and they were not strong enough, and they were not good enough. I would definitely get the So Tight ones because it gives you more options with sizes and strength too. The reason I'm not doing it right now is because I haven't figured out the whole backing thing because I did it with just the top fabric and batting, but it didn't have the muslin, and I was like, I felt like it might be too thick if I added the muslin to it too. And then I was like, well, where am I going to add it? Because I don't like my quilt top to be like Some with muslin, some with batting, some without, some with this. I want it to all be consistent. So I'm back to doing it this way, which I'm really happy with too anyways, but I haven't given up on the other one. And I did film it for Sweetheart Street. It was just not a very good video. So I have to do a video before the video saying, hey, this video is not a great video. Please don't give me any hate. It's okay. Wasn't horrible. Wasn't like the best I've done. All right. Let's come on over. So 6.5 inches is how I did this. Like I said, I did have to add some fabric right here. So I cut some off the other one to make it a little bit longer because it'll come out to be 45 inches, which is too long for, it's too long for with a fabric. You have to add a little bit, okay? And then here's my batting. And I think I cut my batting the same size. I put it in the spreadsheet. So I put it in the spreadsheet. Yeah, I cut my batting 6.25 by 48 inches and my fabric 6.5. So my batting's a little bit smaller, apparently. Good thing I wrote it in there because I would not have remembered. Usually I get through projects a lot faster than this, but we've been so busy at the shop. My sewing time has gone down. Here we go. We're going to do this. So let me go ahead and slide on my hoop. Oh, guess what? My bobbin is almost finito. Go ahead and put a new bobbin in too. P for perfect. Here we go. And when we say P for perfect, we want the thread feeding over on the left-hand side. Oh my goodness, my fingers hurt me last night and my skin felt so dry. I haven't done that much piecing in a long time and I just forgot how much fabric can dry out your hands. And here in Nevada, I mean, it is super dry. Every once in a while, I'll get like a crack in my fingers and it's painful. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna, oh, do you guys want to see too? Look, I mean, it's kind of messy over there, but I got my table set up. So, sorry, I'm trying to, I did cover it a little bit, but there's my heat press. There's my scan and cut. And that's the table that Patrick and I put together. And then my favorite little table that I scoot all around the room. And then right there, I did buy a cart that has a rolling, it's like rolling bins. And they're two together. So that'll get all cleaned up and look really, really pretty. And this part, you can take it and pull it out and make it even longer, or I could remove my scan and cut and I could tuck it in. It still sticks out maybe like 10 inches or something, but you can, it's extendable. I needed that. There's my paper towels I was coloring last night. All right. Sorry. Focus, Jeannie. Focus. Okay, let's touch embroidery. We are ready to go. And then I'm going to, I'll do 4 of these. We're going to do 4 of them. And, right, because they're 12 and we need 48 inches, so we'll do 4 hoopings. I'm going to go right here where you can go forward and backward stitches. And it was really pretty yesterday because it was before I threw everything on top of it, which is what I do to every surface in my room. May I please ask, what do I need to do for my sewing machine? It's a Singer. Wait, I'm not really sure. If my needle doesn't want to come up and down, if your needle won't come up and down and you can't get the hand wheel, you can't roll it up. Ooh, I don't know. Lanny, I'm not sure. Laney. I think it's Laney. right? Leany. Your needle won't go up or down. I don't know if you have thread lock or if it hit something. Honestly, I'm not quite sure what to tell you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put in a color we can see because we are going to go ahead and spray and then put it down. Spray and put down. Oh my goodness. Are you guys excited for home sewn? I think it's going to be our next big project. And I can't wait. We still have kits. And I think we are ready to, I think we have all the fabric to cut another 36. So ready to go. But don't wait. Order your stuff now. Or you might be waiting. At least you might be waiting a little bit. Okay, let me go grab my handy dandy table that I dragged across the room. I think I can get caught up if I can do a project a week. So next weekend, I think I will prep our edge to edge, and then we'll prep Tamara, and then we have to do blue eyes, soul blue eyes. I can really only do one a weekend. Okay. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't color group. Let's go back. So we're on stitch 294. Okay. I'm going to say okay. I can't color group because I started, whoops. I'm into the embroidery. You have to be at stitch 0. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to touch stitch 0, but I'm going to remember I'm at 294. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to say okay. And then you have to touch the layout button. So let's touch layout. And that's my color grouping button right there. Let's do that so we don't have to go back and forth. We can do everything all at once. And then we're going to come back here where we go through our colors. And even though there's 2 steps in here, there's the placement for both of them. I can just fast forward. And now it's on the placement for the second one. And you can see I'm at stitch 294. All right, much better. So we don't have to start all over again, but you do have to be at stitch 0 if you want to do stuff like that. You know, I was doing it all with my muslin all in one piece, but I just found placement like just to be more complicated. So it just seemed easier to me to just cut it. I was just struggling using my projector, doing this, doing that to get my placement on my muslin perfect. I just wasn't as good as you, Miss Cindy. So I'm just going the easier way for me. Okay, this is placement for your background fabric. I'm sorry, placement for your batting. Let's do placement for your background fabric just so you can see where that's going to go. We might need that little outline. So I'm going to go right here, say okay. This next step is tack down for batting. I don't need that. I'm going to just lay it down all in one piece. And that's the next one. This is background placement. Don't put your fabric down yet because the foot's just going to drag around your batting. So, and really, if we just had the left side and the right side, that would be enough. Oh, I need my spray box. I'll just let it stick out though. I have done borders probably 800 different ways, like literally. Here we go. I also just got my designs for mistletoe for February and March. Excited about those. They're going to be adorable. Okay, we're going to spray the wrong side because that's the side that's going to go down. And don't spray the whole thing. We're just going to lay like 12 inches down right now. That's about 12 inches. All right. Center it to that stitch. I do like doing the fabric tack down stitch because that's what I fussy cut to. And I'm going to just go right to the edge here, but I'm going to extend my fabric about 1/4 of an inch pass. And if I'm a little higher, that's okay. Check underneath. Check underneath and make sure you have an equal amount of batting on either side. Yep, that looks good. Okay, now let's do the fabric. Here we go. I'll start with this, with the ick end. I could have sworn I was like, geez, I thought I sewed that together and that I was ready for today. So I'm glad that I didn't just start cutting up the other piece, which is my backing piece. And I have a little bit extra, so I'm going to go a little bit beyond. That'll get sewn into the seam allowance. It's pretty much like the same as my batting, apparently. Maybe my batting is 6.5. Okay, I want you to get out your little spatula or your stiletto or whatever you use to make sure your fingers don't get under the needle, because sometimes this can push your fabric around a little bit. So we sell a 4 set of spatulas. I love them because usually I can at least find 2, but oh my goodness, I know where they all are. Look at that. Aren't these great? They look like Tula Pink. This one's my favorite because it's like the biggest and fattest and chunkiest. But I got them actually used with ScanNCut, and it wasn't as appropriate with ScanNCut as I thought it would be, but it's very appropriate for this. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our tack down line. And you're going to trim. The tack down's important because you'll trim 1/8 of an inch outside. I'm going to keep this nice and taut. What I find, though, sometimes is it wants to push the fabric, especially when you are just doing the strips. And we want to be doing a color we can see. Don't do navy blue right now because that's going to be hard to fussy cut too, because it blends in with the background fabric too much. And this is so much easier than cutting all your strips individually. I was so sad when I did the inner borders, and I was like, what? I pre-cut this? Oh, nice, Cindy. Oh, I saw a picture of it. It was super cute. Yeah, I like the one that the book I made for this. I did on my I have a wire binding machine, or it's not really a machine. It's just like, I don't know, a piece of office equipment. And then I also have the coil binder. And quite honestly, I love them both. I think the coil binder is easier to use. All right, let's go ahead and let's do our quilting stitch. Here we go. I'm going to just go ahead and use the mint again. Let's take out the upper thread. I need, you know what I need? I have like super huge fat coils, and then I have little coils. I need to get some in between. I need some in between sizes. I'm going to go for it. Not even going to turn my speed down. Let's see how we do. So cute already. And then we'll press everything out. We'll trim everything. I would press my stuff out right now, but I like to kind of baby and watch the hollow shimmer. And if you ever want a big spool, this is a big spool. We don't make any money on them. I just sell them at I think it's like $40.99 or $41.99, which just covers basically shipping and our credit card fees when you guys buy it. But just let me know and I can order you big spools. I order probably once a month or every couple of weeks. But if you want to get little spools, I think we have almost all the colors in stock. You know what I don't have right now is I don't have purple, and I don't have purple, and I don't have Christmas green. But I was like, we've been selling so much of it, I just got a display. So we should have all of the colors in stock soon. Hi, Miss Brenda from Michigan. I have an 8012 Microtex needle in. I was piecing yesterday, and that is my needle of choice when I'm piecing, but I also use it for embroidery. These are 11-minute stitch outs. It looks fine. We should just press. Okay, I'm going to heat up my iron so I can multitask. Let's get out your rotating mat and your pop rulers. And I don't always just use my pop rulers. Sometimes I just use my regular rulers because it's easier. Oh, that looks cute. Cute. I had, Miss Faye was in the store. Was it yesterday or not yesterday, but maybe it was Saturday. And she had puckers. And I was like, okay, let's use an OESD pressing cloth. That thing is like a miracle. I don't know if you've never used one before. I don't know what elfin magic goes into it, but it is pretty amazing. Okay, whoop, you know what? You can hear it when it's like, sounds a little icky. Oh, I never finished this guy either. I'll have to do that. I never finished pulling all the stuff in his pom-pom. Well, that's okay. I'm going to smash it right now anyways. So I'm going to go ahead from the back. You want moisture. Don't do this into a flat mat. You want to do it either into a cushy wool mat or an OESD press cloth, which I would show you, but I don't even know where mine is. They're the best. Okay. Ooh, I wonder if that's gonna melt because I didn't finish it and I don't want to get it all hot. But you want this to be flat, especially around the edges where you're going to be fussy cutting to. And then this, I'm going to have to, I should probably get that out right now. Okay, thread broke. And that's okay. Just remember, this thread's a little high maintenance. So you might have to take it out every once in a while, unkink it, because it gets a little, this is what happens. I don't know if you can see this. But the thread gets a little bit kinky, and what I do is I'll just grab it with my hand and I'll pull out. It's like a flat ribbon. This is not like regular thread, but it is so worth it, and it is so gorgeous. So carry on, continue to use it. I know Cindy said she's been using her vertical thread stand and hasn't had issues. I use my vertical thread stand too, but I do get some breakage. And I was slowing it down to 700, but lately I'm like, oh, who cares? Let's just stitch. So I'm just stitching. This I think is 800 stitches per minute. And what I did 1.5 without it breaking, so that's totally fine. On this screen, I'm going to go back 10 stitches. How do you get to this screen? This is the screen from which you stitch out. This button right here where it goes minus and plus stitches or whole colors. And I'm going to go back 10. Let's go back 20. And I'm going to leave it right on that screen. If I have to go back again, I can do it. Check and rethread, it's saying. Maybe it doesn't like the bobbin. Hang on. Let me go ahead and cut. And I'm going to check my bobbin. If it's giving me that message, this time let's check the bobbin, make sure that's okay. Looks good. I don't know why it's being fussy. I'll pull this a little long. I'm going to go back 10 this time because we already went back 20. And I think we should be good to go. Ooh, I do hear something. Okay. Hopefully there's nothing in my upper, because it is check and rethread upper thread. I'm going to rethread my entire upper thread path. And Patrick went on a walk, so worst case scenario when he gets home, I'm going to go back 5 because I don't want to keep going 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we get now. Oh, that sounds better. Okay, there. All right. Don't know what it was complaining about, but there was something it didn't like. Let's press. Let's press and trim. This one! I never finished this. What's wrong with me? So for the fringe, you do want to just grab your stitches and kind of pull them forward. Be gentle. Ooh, I just pulled a white one. You don't want to pull this out and stitch. Don't do that. Be careful. I just like to put it under with my tweezers and just gently pull forward. And I'm going to wet that a little bit more. So here you can see all of those stitches have been released. It's going all the way down there, but not here. And it finished that. right, we're ready for our next round. And I don't know why these aren't wanting to release. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's better. All right. Let's go ahead and rehoop again. Okay, that's better. Now they're coming up. All right, let's rehoop. Oh, that looks cute. Does that look adorable? That looks so good. And the thread is amazing. So that's the mint green. We sell them in the little spools. They're $4.99, and we just have them up for $4.50. And then the big spool, which is like a lot of thread, but it's so just gorgeous. You should just get it. Whoop. So let's go ahead and with your George ruler, if you have one. I don't sell them. They're from Hoop Sisters. You could just buy it directly from Hoop Sisters. I just haven't ordered them in a while. And we're just going to fold that back. And the batting. Fold the batting back too if you want to keep it all in one piece. You're going to fold both of those back. And you're going to take your trimmer by George. And your trimmer by George has a lip on it. And that's going to protect the folded fabric. You want to use a 60 millimeter rotary cutter, not the 45, because you need it to be high enough that this part goes over the edge. This is like really close. And the other thing you want to do is don't hold it at like just vertically. Lean it a little bit or else it'll shave the very edge of your trimmer by George. And sorry, I'm cutting at a weird angle because I'm trying to do it so you guys can see. All right. I'm going to cut this side and then we're going to rehoop. Because I'm doing this where I'm going from just make it easier. Okay, here we go. Let's rehoop. There'll be a placement line. It just makes it easier for me to just take it off like that. I have in the past, and you'll see lots of videos where I left the muslin in one piece, but then I had to really work with the camera and like the projector, and I just wasn't good with it. So I find this easier. It'll have a placement line, and I just find it much easier for me to just line it up with the placement line that's stitched out. So, yeah. Just having said that, we don't need to do the batting. We're just going to do the outline, and we'll center to that. Should we just center to that? Center to that. Let me see what's on the back here. Yeah, we can center to that because we have these lines that we'll use as our placement. Let's just try that this time. Just the background placement stitch. I think that's going to be enough. See, here's me doing it a different way for the 100th millionth time. Miss Lanny, we got to get you a brother machine. I have a Singer. I have my Singer Featherweight, and I'll never give it up. And I had a Singer when I graduated from college. I had 2 violins, and I went to a pawn shop, and I sold them. Never told my parents. To this day, they don't know. And, well, my mom probably knows. She's up in heaven. And I went and bought a Singer Featherweight and a Singer Touchtronic. It was back in 1992. And I never even used the Touchtronic. I just used the Featherweight. I think the Touchtronic's probably in my closet at home. Okay. We are already color group still. So I'm just going to say, okay, let me change my thread out. I'm going to put that green back in that we were using. Yeah, I don't know why my pom-pom's not releasing. I usually find it a little bit easier. So maybe I'm doing something wrong. Green thread, where are you? Where did you go? Where did you go? I don't know where my green thread went, so I'm going to use this instead. Antique, because it's sitting up here. You want to be able to embroider on leather. Are we talking like thin leather, like faux leather? Do I glue the snowflake on or do I have to hand sew them? Oh, hand sewing's a dirty word. I'm going to also mine on. And I'll probably sew like right down the stitch. Hi, Momo. Okay, ready? We are going to do, let's skip. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get away with just doing the placement line for the background fabric since we're not laying down little strips. So we're going to come back down here again where we can go forward and backward stitches. And I want this background stitch right here, the blue. So I'm going to touch in the yellow. I want to make sure I'm still in the yellow, that I didn't overshoot, because I could touch somewhere in the blue and not at the very beginning of the blue. So I'll usually touch right before. Or if I touch in it, then I'll go back. If I touch before, I'll go forward. There we go. This is background placement stitching. Yeah, I would sew them down. I just don't trust glue to keep something like those snowflakes down. Throat space makes a huge difference, right? Like for me, when you're looking for an embroidery machine, I say look for like, and throat space is going to correspond to hoop size. And hoop size is really important. Go as big as you can. Because I remember Lori W. when she came in and her husband was like, we believe in crying once. So I know it can be expensive, but just get it out of the way and get the biggest one you can get. And I would get a brother. I mean, I'm not hating on anyone's machine, but I had a Janome, and we work on everything in our store. And I just feel like as far as machines, I really think Brother's the best. I only want to sell the best. So, okay, let's go ahead and lay down. And Baby Lock is made by Brother. So Baby Lock's a Brother machine as well, but the Brothers come with extra, they have extra capabilities. There's my pitchy pitch. All right, I'm grabbing all my fabric again. I want you to lay it down right side up, just so you don't get confused. Here's the first one that we did. I'm going to lay that right side up, and you're going to flip everything back. Flip it back. Try not to get too crazy. I'll give this a little shot of spray, then we'll flip this back. Just about a foot. And then we're going to do this one. Flip it back. I know, this is like big. Okay, we're going to take this to the machine just like it is. Gochugaru, who's on there right now? Who's talking Korean food with me? Oh, I think that was somebody texting me. I got confused. I thought it was in the with you guys right now. I'm like, who's cooking Korean? Okay, we're gonna put this up here, just about like 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch above. And then you can look at the back and you can see your lines right there. So the outermost line is going to be your placement line, then a background placement. The next line is going to be your tack down, and the next line is going to be your batting. So the outermost line should line up with this. That's why I was like, is it gonna be good enough? I'm just gonna get that one lined up. All right, I'm going to flip this one forward, although it might be stuck down a little bit. We're going to have to do that again. Let me bring this one forward. I should probably roll this up so it's a little not crazy. And I probably don't need all of this, so I'm making my life even harder. Here we go. I'm going to separate it from this. Now let's do it again. We have to peek under there. There we go. There's that line. I want to scoot it back the tiniest bit. Sorry. And then I'm just going to hope that the other side fits really well. There we go. Okay, I'm going to fold it down. Let's peek under here. Let's see how far back we are. That looks good. And just make sure, you're just going to peek under here and make sure you're batting, that you have batting on either side. Do you see I have about 1/4 of an inch on either side? And that's perfect for me. So I'm just going to go ahead. Because remember, the tack down is going to be 1/8 of an inch inside of the placement stitch that we just laid down. Okay, now that's down. Now I'm going to lay this piece down. And I don't know, it's just easier for me to just do it this way. I was like, I could get the muslin, like if it was just hoop like that lined up. But, and now we might even have to adjust from here. But what I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at the needle. And if the needle isn't in line with that stitch under there, which is the tack down. And from my angle, he looks pretty good. I would say as long as you're like 1/8 of an inch. If you're like 1/4 of an inch, you have to adjust. But 1/8 of an inch, you should be good to go. And I think we're good. Ready? I'm going to say okay. And we're going to do the tack down now. And does it matter that this line is going to be in gold? It does not matter. We're fussy cutting to this. And that line is going to get sewn in. Where's my spatula? I don't like to be without it. And the other thing is, if you have stuff that goes missing and you're using your magnetic hoops, you need to be really careful because they can be like passengers on the magnets. That looks great. I know your angle's a little off from the side, so it might not look perfect, but it's pretty darn good. Aw, thank you, Lainey. Am I saying it right, Lainey? This is the one that I feel like pushes in. Whoops! There goes my camera. There we go. Gorgeous! Did you say it's freezing? Could find the tweezers. Yeah, and well, what worries me is not that they become passengers, but I worry that like a piece of the metal part's gonna go underneath. And then the needle will hit it. I'm always scared of that. So just check for passengers. When you're looking for something and it's gone, look at the bottom of your hoop. Okay, I'm loading in the gorge thread. And then once we're done with this hooping, we'll be half done with our outer borders. Hi, Momo. Hi, buddy. What are you crying about? Hello. Hello. Okay, did I get threaded? Okay, here we go. Momo wants some love. This is the love of my life. Well, Patrick Mulligan, well, yes, Patrick Mulligan's the love of my life, but this is also the love of my life right here. And he's just a good boy. He's a good boy. He's kind of whiny, but he's a very, very sweet. Lainey. Okay, got it. Got it. Lainey. I like singing people's names. Like, I cannot see... We have a couple Glorias, but every time I see Gloria, I have to sing that song. Gloria, Gloria. Am I even singing the right song? It would be really like me to be singing the wrong song. It's kind of how I am. How I roll. So if you're, depending on if you bought a kit from us, we kit it so you could either have this as your border or the blue, like the royal blue honeycomb, or the big gray dot. The original fabric is the aqua sparkle, but that was sold out for so long. I finally got some more in. So if you want an aqua sparkle one, we could kit you an aqua sparkle kit too. And then we've also made some, we've got some great snowflake fabric. We had a Riley Blake one, which was beautiful. And then I found another one that was, I think, is it Nathan's Textiles? I could be making that up. And I just got 2 bolts of the original Kimberbell snowflake fabric. And I didn't think they were making any more of that. My rep told me it was discontinued, so I'm super excited about that. I was like, okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting 2 bolts because I'll never see it again. Because that's, unfortunately, Kimberbell discontinues, but then they reintroduce new amazing stuff, so it's fine. You want to go outside, Momo? I'm going to wait for it to cut. I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to just kind of unravel it a little bit. Make sure it's not kinky. So when it cuts to go to the next side, the original color, if you look at your spreadsheet, what I put in your spreadsheet is I put the recommended color that Kimberbell is asking you to use. And for the quilting on this, it recommends space. And space is kind of like a darker blue. So you wouldn't really see this at all. It would totally blend in. And I think it's cute. I mean, just saying, I think this is cuter. Oh, wait, are you looking for kits for Let It Snow? We definitely have kits for Let It Snow. We have ones that are, I know that we have these ready to go with the navy squirrel. But, yeah, we have all the fabric ready to cut more. Like, we keep almost all the kits we can. I mean, there's some, like, pumpkins and potions. I can't kit that because I do not have the specialty fabric and you can't get it anymore. I have some of it, but not all of it. But we have a lot of kits and a lot of the older kits. But kits for this, yes, still available. Come and get it. I think this navy squirrel is stocked and ready. Oh, I forgot. I was going to stop it. Oh, well. Oopsies. I was too into answering quilts for fun. I like, hey, Roxanne, girl. I like it to show, too. Usually, okay, that's fine. This is what happens. See how, like, kinky it gets? It gets kinky. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab it up here and I'm just going to pull it so that those kinks come out. Let me unthread it right here. Smooth it out. Make it smooth. See this? See how it's like all kinking up on itself? Ooh, that hurts my thumb. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to go back 10 stitches. Ooh, Hala Shimmer, you so high maintenance. But you so gorge, I don't care. Okay, here we go. Let's rethread. You're worth it. You are worth it. Okay, halfway done. Oh, why am I sitting here? I should be releasing my pom-pom. You can tell here in the back what I got out and what I didn't. I still have to release this right here and a little bit right there. So why is it not coming out? And you don't want to just pull it where you break the loops. There we go. Something was holding it. So I just kind of roll my hand forward. There we go. Okay. Just going to kind of pull it down with my hand, roll it forward. Got a little bit right here that needs to be... Ooh, caught in the back. Do you see that other side? I heard like a pop and then they all came out. I can hear Patrick's talking to Violet. And it sounds like he's ordering food for her. Because in her new place, she's, I think she's in DuPont Circle. Is that what they call it in DC? And there's a special University of Utah house. I'll finish this later. Let's go ahead and rehoop. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. Here's my mess. Let's slide it off and trim it out. And you know what else we're going to do? This is nonsense. Look at this thing of batting. I just cut it off the roll, and the roll was obviously longer than 44 inches. I think, I think it's 96 inch. So I'm just going to cut it till it's even on this side, so I'm not dealing with all of this on the end over here. Batting! That'll make it a little bit easier for me. All right, let's get this out of the way. What did I do? Looks like I did nothing after we got together last week, huh? Well, after I do this, I am going to run to the store to get ready for the week. Da-da-dun. As pretty as it looks on the video, it's like 10 times prettier in person. Kids. Oh, these I got to do all the trimming. We are going to fold this back. I know I have stuff going different directions. Take this, you're going to fold back the top fabric as well as your batting. Pull it back nice and taut. Grab your trimmer by George. Here it is. Snug it like, let me get you a better angle. Like this. You're going to take this and just snug it back. And then you're going to cut. But I'm going to roll it towards me so I have a better angle. So sorry. There we go. And that will protect the fold of your batting and your fabric. And now I'm just going to cut this off and I'm going to rehoop. And I'll trim the rest of this later. Now that other thing that you can do is all this batting that's here in the seam allowance, you can pull back the top and take this and put it down to protect the top fabric. And then you can trim away all that batting that's in the seam allowance. So, you know what? I'll show you how to do that after we're done with this. Let's go ahead and do that too. Okay. Let's hoop. Because I'm snugging my design to the left, I'm running my muslin left to right. If I was snugging my design up, I would run my muslin up and down. Hopefully that makes sense to you. I think it's the best way to save and economize. I was looking for more fabric. I'm piecing the back of the vial toadstool. So this, let me throw that over there. I was like, I'm just going to go to the store and just get fabric and just do that. And then I looked around and I was like, I have so many leftover strips from this. So right before I started live feeding, I started sewing my strips together and I didn't even catch that one. He's going to become part of the back. I'm jealous that Patrick gets to talk to Violet. I want to hear how her first, I think yesterday was her first full day in DC. She did something called We the People, which is kind of like it's like a constitutional contest. It's like schools compete and they compete learning things about the Constitution, rule of law, and there's different groups that cover different areas. It's really, really cool. It's really impressive. If any of you have had kids or grandkids compete in it. So, anyways, they went to compete when Violet was a senior. And so I went with her then. Actually, she had been. I was like, I think that might have been the first time she was to DC, but we did go another time. Went and did all the Smithsonian's and everything. But that was so much fun and so cool. Okay, here we go again. You guys ready? Not going to change anything. We're already set up. I am going to do only the background placement stitch. So let's go ahead and fast forward. I'm going to touch here in the yellow. Look at what happens if I touch in the blue. I don't know where in the blue I am, so I'm going to go back. So it'll go back to the beginning of the blue, hopefully. And you got to make sure that you're not like there's two blues, that you're not in just the second of the two blues. But I think I'm good. Okay. Anyways, it was really, 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 really fun. I think one of the things that's going to be in Violet's internship job description, I think she's going to be doing tours of the Capitol, which is something that we did, which was, super cool. And I wish I had more time, because if I had more time, I would go out for a weekend. Here we go. Background placement stitch. While it's doing the background placement stitch, let's grab our fabric. We're going to give it a little shot of spray. And then we're going to have a sip of coffee. We'll do the coffee first. This is, I'm licking my coffee cup so it doesn't look so gross. My father-in-law gave this to me. Being your father-in-law seems like gift enough, but here's a mug. And I was like, Christmas is spelled wrong. I thought that was funny. My father-in-law's super funny. He's punny. If you have anyone in your life who's really punny, he is really punny. He's punny funny. Okay, face up. Always do face up, because you're going to be flipping it back. And this, we're going to go ahead and I'll clip it. Make it easier for us to lay it down. We'll clip it like there. And you got to watch it to make sure it doesn't kind of roll underneath somehow. I don't know how it happens, but it happens to me. Okay, face up. Throw it back. Da, 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 da. 2 more hoopings. Here we go. About 12 inches. Fold this back. Don't push it down on that because you're going to have to pull it forward a little bit. And we are ready to lay down. I'm going to pull this forward. So much easier now that I cut off like 4 yards of it. All right. Slide this under. And now we're going to line up what's on the muslin to what's on our tack down. Okay. Let me pull back a little bit. Maybe this will help you. I'm going to peek under here. And I'm looking at the outermost stitch. That's the placement stitch. And I want to line up that outermost stitch with this stitch here. And I want my fabric to be back. I like it about 1/4 of an inch. That looks good. Quarter of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, whatever works for you. I'm going to pull this forward now. I'm going to hold this down and back. Pull this forward. Just try to get it down and don't move around too much. And we should be good. And you do want to peek under here and just make sure you're batting. Oops, this is like, maybe I need it to go over a little bit. You want an equal amount left and right of your stitch, your placement stitch. Okay, now that that's down, we're going to go, and you still have time to adjust. Like when we go to stitch, we're going to look at our needle, and hopefully that needle is going to be lined up with the stitch that we just did, the placement stitch that we did on the other one. Holy dog hair. I think I need a lint brush. And I'm looking at the needle from head on right here. And do you see the stitch behind it? Like, I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. And I go, if it's about 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch is good. There's not much you can do when you live with an Australian. Just know that he will live on in all of my projects. There we go. Okay, I'm ready to go. Here we go. Where's my spatula? Spatula. Let me find it. There he is. All right. Perfect. Oh, hang on. My thing is underneath. Let me get it out from there. It was my fabric got all balled up underneath, was pushing my hoop up in very awkward ways. What is everyone working on? You guys just getting ready for home sewn? Just add butter. I'm hoping to have those kits this week. If you've been waiting for your kit. Just so you know, when you sign up for Just Add Butter, they don't send me your kits right away. I don't get your kits until like 2.5 to 3. They usually ship them 3 weeks before the event. which means they should have sent them on Friday. But, you know, I think they're kind of overwhelmed at Kimberbell right now. I'm trying not to bother my rep too much. But I think, hopefully, I'll send her a note and just make sure those got sent out. And I'm waiting to send you guys some of your stuff. Last year's mystery quilt. I need to finish mine too. I need to finish mine. All right, let's put in our gorgeous thread. Do you have Valentine's Day kits for kids? I don't know if I really have any kids kits. I have like some, yeah, I don't know. I guess it would depend on like the skill level of the child you're talking about, but I don't really have any crafty kid stuff. I would get that kind of stuff at like Michael's or something like that. Don't you think? But if you wanted to make like mug rugs or something like that, that would be really, really fun. Don't I have a Valentine's Day mug rug? I have to look. We'll have to switch out, but I feel like, geez, maybe I missed the boat. We do have some fun Valentine's Day kits in the store. Okay, here we go. Stitch it out. I'm going to stay here and watch just so that big lumpy ball in the back doesn't get stuck under anything and my thread doesn't break. Putting together wallflower, finished enchanted, yes. And let it snow, Susan. You are on a roll. Oh, do I have something fun for kids that's actually for kids? I don't know. You know, a lot of this is just kind of more fun decor, stuff like that. Hi, buddy. I'm trying to think. I want to say, was it last year's digital dealer? Was the tic-tac-toe? Was that around Valentine's Day? Hey, Miss Christine. Oh, Susan Cram is finishing up her sweetheart pillow. I should be doing that. I'm going to do this. And, you know, I'm going to press out all the blocks. Hopefully I get this whole front stitch together. It's my goal for today. Do you remember in the live feed I was like, oh, and if I get this done, then I'm going to work on this, and then I'm going to work on that. And now I'm just thinking, geez, hopefully I can get this done. I'm going to be happy just to finish Let It Snow. I got to get my, I want to get my, whatchamacallit, my zippy bag, layered and then quilted edge to edge. I got to look at the designs in here to see how we're going to adjust it for people that are going to be on the Luminaire and Avonare, and then I'll just do a regular edge to edge class as well. So I got a lot in the queue. Maybe I need to just hire somebody that's going to finish all my projects for me. But I'm so picky. I'm so picky. That's why I don't have anyone finish my stuff for me. Not that my stuff is perfect. There are definitely some fails. But a lot of it's pretty good. Ah, so Deb, we do a live feed, and that's me and Patrick just going over the state of the store. We do a little bit of couples counseling, fireside chat, and then new stuff that's coming up, or classes, or kits, or all of that stuff. That happens Tuesday through Friday. And Tuesday through Friday, we start at 9:30, and we go until we have no more nonsense to talk about. And then this live feed is, I've been trying to stitch on Mondays. And normally I'm much more organized. Like, this is what we're doing. Here's your supply list. Here is, whatever it is that we're working on. Normally I'm prepared, and I have been unprepared. So for the last couple of Mondays, I've just been showing up and working on whatever I want to work on. And then you guys just show up and work on whatever you want to work on. But when we start Home Zone, and that'll be sometime in February, it'll be more scheduled. It might not, I'm not even sure when in February that's going to be released. So, but usually once it's released and I get everything, then I book it out about 2 weeks 2 weeks after that. And then we'll stitch it together, and I'll give you an agenda, and I'll send you an email and a reminder. That's what used to happen. But I don't know if I'm just getting like old and inept. I don't know what's happening. So lately I've just been showing up. Hopefully I can get more on the ball. Enchanted Winter. Oh, the leafy applique. You gotta let me know how that one goes. Because it looks like you gotta cut it on Scan and Cut. I don't know. I wanted to do that one, and then I looked at the instructions. I was like, okay, I'm gonna hold off. That's the thing that I'll do when I have time, or I can really sit down and plan and cut and do all of that. Oh, Deb, it'll be super fun. I will put together a spreadsheet. I'll send you guys, hopefully. I mean, sometimes I will create a group, but it takes a long time. Like, I need like 2 hours to do that, and I just haven't had that. So that's why we didn't get anything more organized for this. 2 hours is a big chunk of time for me to find in my day. Yeah, this is good, right? So we do cut the back because it just makes it easier for me to place. Just cutting the back and just starting with a piece of muslin. And, there's going to be a little bit of nonsense that goes on. But overall, I think this is kind of the easiest way at this point. I do want to do that continuous hooping. The way Becky showed it, it was pretty great. I just have to figure out how I'm going to do it where I'll perfect it for myself. Because I'm, like I said, I'm picky. I want it. If I was just doing the borders, my thread broke. So I'm going to grab it up here, and I'm just going to pull it down and get out all the kinks. And then we'll rethread. I just need it to be... I just want it to have the muslin on the back, too. I think that was what kind of got me the last time. Okay, got a knot in here. Let me rethread. Because I did it, I was like, oh, I don't like that. I have different thicknesses. Okay, I'm going to go back 10 stitches. Here we go. Back again. Oh my God. Dwani, you have to send me a picture of like what you're doing and how you're doing it. And while you're on, I was picking out fabric for Homestead. Dwani, did your shop use all of the Riley Blake fabrics that were recommended? Because I started just picking out what we had in the store from our grunge and things like that. And then I was like, well, should I just get the Riley Blake fabric? And did you cut... I should call you, because I know you did it and yours were so beautiful. Should I guess my question is, did you cut the stiffener? And I'm not sure what you used. If you use, I'm just going to use Peltex. But did you fuse fabric to it before you cut it? Or did you just cut it and then go? I should call you. Oh, I don't know how you find time to sleep. Okay, here we go. One more hooping. One more hooping. And then I gotta let Momo out. He's been banging on the door. If I wasn't working, do you want to go too, Pops? Hi, gorgeous. You want to go? No? Go. Go. Okay, I'm shutting it. Does anyone else's dog do that? They're like ringing the bell, let me out, let me out. And then I go over there and then I open the door and then they don't want to go anywhere. Sometimes we just take the bell off the door. We're like, okay, you can't even tell, but this is so gorgeous. You have to see it in person. Oh, you got the fabric they recommended. I know. I was looking at it going, okay, should I just get this? I don't think I'll do it for, you know how they have all of the clothes hanging on the clothesline? Like, I don't think I'll do it for that, but I think I'll get it for the main fabrics. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this off of the muslin that it's attached to right now. And normally I would just be cutting it like here and fold it back, but I'm running it, cutting it here and cutting it here. So I know it's a little weird. I know, I was thinking that. I was looking at the fabric list and I was like, should I just order all of this stuff from... Okay, then you're going to fold it back. You're going to fold back the top and the batting. And then we're going to grab our trimmer by George. I should just buy a whole bunch of these. I know. But this is, like I said, it's from Hoop Sisters. And make sure you take your blade and roll it. Just, this is exaggerated, but you want to roll it a little bit. Otherwise, you'll get little shavings off of the end of this. I don't know if you can tell, mine is like, and it's kind of like just the paint, I think, but still. All right, we're ready. Let's hoop up one more time, and then we will be done with these borders. And give me a second. I'm not looking at comments right now. No, I opened up the door for you, and then you stood there looking at me like you were gaslighting me into thinking you never rang it. You looked at me like, what? I didn't ring the bell. Why are you opening the door? He's standing over there waiting for me. Maybe he's like, hey, Poppy, watch this. Watch this. Watch Mom. Watch Mom get up. Look at her run. Look at her run. I'm not even going to go out. Just going to make her run. It's beautiful out today. I don't know where you guys are, but we had quite a bit of rain for a while. Like the kids, their break was, it was pretty rainy all break for them. We had some snow, some cold weather. It's supposed to get really warm, which I don't like it when it's unseasonably warm. I want it to be, when it's winter, I want it to feel like winter. Okay, hooped up. Last hooping. I'm going to slide this on my machine. I'm going to grab this. Let's roll it up. And let's give it a shot of spray, and we're going to lay it down. These aren't bad, right? It's not bad. Okay, hang on. I plug in my phone in case it's dying. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what happened? Did we just lose power? Hang on. Okay, my machine's went off and now it's coming back on. Hang on. Hopefully it will resume. I didn't save it. Oopsies. I know I was 5.53 away. My machine is restarting. And my light went out. Hey, Patrick. Okay, just turn my light back on. That was really strange. My light just went out again. What's happening here? Okay, hang on. Let me figure this out. Let me see if I'm not plugged in or... All right, this comes from over here. This is here. This is all plugged in really well. Huh. Not sure what happened. Sorry, it's going to take me a minute to just reboot everything. Hopefully it doesn't shut off again. Remove frame. Sunny and 21. Ooh, it's chilly. Susan, it's chilly in Ohio. Anyways, as it should be. It's winter. All right, it threw everything away. And I didn't save it. And it would have resumed if I was in the middle, but I wasn't in the middle. So let me go back here. Design database transfer, and I think it was this one. And let's go ahead and set it. Edit, move. Then I'm going to load the next one. I'm going to make sure they're 5.3 inches apart. That's what I need to look at. So, okay, make a copy. Move. Center it, scoot it to the right. 5.75, too wide. Whoop. 5.54. Isn't that funny? How it won't give me 5.53? I'll just go 5.52. But I'm pretty sure it was 5.53 last time we did it. We're just going to go with 5.52. Good thing I looked at that number. I would just be eyeballing it. And, oh, let's finish. Embroidery. We're going to color group. So I have to go layout, color group. And I guess I should just save it just in case and save it to the machine. It's very rare for me to just lose power like that. Okay, we're going to skip ahead. I want to go to that blue. So this is where I go forward and backward stitches. And I'm going to just touch in the yellow. But I'm not there yet. This will go forward to the next step. That'll go back. There's my blue. That's what I want. I still have my Hala shimmer in, so I'm going to take that thread out because he's high maintenance. Yes, it's a he. That thread is definitely a he. No, I'm just kidding. I would have to say, but don't tell Patrick. I'm the high maintenance one in this relationship. And you know, I'm not even high maintenance. I'm not a high maintenance person. I'm particular. I hate it. But you know what? It's good for you. I'm particular. Like, I want things to be perfect for you guys and what goes in and out of the shop. So, if your shop, if you're looking for a shop, you should ask the store owner, are you particular? Because that'll probably be a good thing for you. All right. In my shop, I can say I'm very particular. I want it to be perfect. Okay, here we go. Shoveled 5 more inches of snow. I want the snow. Brenda, where are you? Let me grab my spray box. Sip of coffee. I love these big chunky snowflakes. And I loved that I just threw them in the water and then all of the stabilizer disappeared. And I think I have I had one that was really ugly. I had one that I didn't even finish. This one's okay. Where's the one I didn't finish? Maybe he's not that ugly if I can't even pick him out. Is it this one? I can't even pick it out. I tried to stitch 5 and I had an ultimate fail. If you have not done your snowflakes yet, 2 layers of dissolve away. I tried to get away with 1 because I was just... Sometimes being frugal costs me money and time because I should have just done the 2. But I was like, oh, 1 will be fine. It was not fine. All right. Let me go ahead and focus to the task at hand. Momo, you gotta wait. I was like, I'll get away with just 1. It'll be fine. And it was not fine. You need 2. What's this thread? Yeah. So I was being frugal with my printer, which I love at the store. I'm going to spray this first. The ink is ridiculous printer and the printer's not that expensive. And then the ink, my printer cost me, I want to say it cost me $200 at Costco. The ink, I'm not lying, ink cost me $500. So then I tried to buy it on eBay and then I had issues and then Patrick's like, oh my God, do you know how much money you've wasted because you're trying to save money? I can't help it. Yes, I waste money trying to save money. That's ridiculous. So then he ended up just spending the $500 for ink. Here we go. So I'm going to line up this outermost line right here with this outermost line. I'm going to pull because it's hard to pull this forward afterwards. You are so right, Cindy. Yes. Okay, when you guys, if you haven't stitched out the snowflakes for this, stitch out like double and then stick it on your enchanted too. Whose was I looking at that they put a snowman playing peekaboo? I was like, where did that come from? Was that you, Cindy? Did you do the peekaboo snowman? I was like, it was so cute. I know you did like 3 of them or something. Okay, here we go. Life is good. Patrick, I hear him talking to somebody. Was that you, Cindy? The peekaboo snowman? Sorry. Okay. I could see myself using these snowflakes again. I thought they were excellent embellishments. They were so great. All right, lay it down. Then get your, where's my lint brush? Get off all Momo hair.
Part of that conversation.
I don't know why he shut the door. He just shut my door. Like he's having some kind of private conversation. Now I feel all nosy, wanting to know who he's talking to and why my door got shut. I like to control my door, not Patrick. Okay, ready? Now we're going to do the tack down. What I'm looking at is my needle. Is it in line with the other one? And it's pretty darn in line. So I'm just going to go ahead and stitch. And I'm going to grab my spatula. I like calling it a spatula instead of spatula. Spatula is just more fun to say. Uh-oh. Do you see my hoop like popping up? Look at the back. My, hang on. I'm going to just cut this. It is like, let me get that out of there. So when you have stuff on the back, you do have to be careful. I'm going to do that too. Here we go. Let me slide back on. This is just a tack down, so I'm not as worried about that. It did a little locking stitch, so I'm just going to go ahead and start again. There we go. Pretty perfect. Get a different angle for you. And it's a little, I don't like my stitches overlapping. So there's like, you know, a little bit of space in between. You could work it so it's like perfectly lined up. But I'm okay with that. What is an HP subscription? Are you going to get more? I have more Hala Shimmer in. Christine, do you know what colors you need? What I don't have is I don't have Christmas Pine or I ordered the display, so I will have every color. It's a drop ship item though, so I don't know when I'm going to get it. But yeah, we'll have every single color and then you can just reach out if you know what colors you want. But I have a pretty full basket of colors right now. I just don't have that darn purple. I might be out of the light gold. Just send me a note. Do I have an order going out to you or did I already do? I think I have an order because I have your soul blue. So I think I have everything pulled aside. I think you're doing just add butter. So I was holding it. What's easiest for me is, just go out and buy it online, or you can call me just to confirm I have the right color. The one you're looking for. All right, here we go. Last one. So I measured my fabric to 48 inches. It looks like I have 2 inches left. So maybe what you want to do is make sure you have at least 46 inches. Gives you a little bit of leeway, a little bit of room in between in case you're not perfect. And you can see how much, like, I'm pretty close. Like I could work on just not doing that 1/4 inch. Like just get it snugged up. Instant ink. Wow. Brenda, I should do that. Will you send me, let me know what printer you have? Patrick keeps going, but the quality of the prints are so good. And then he says that It's the cost of doing business, but there's got to be a better way, right? Because I'd say every 6 months, it costs me $500 in ink. And it's not that great. And a lot of it is me printing the little inserts that go into the fabric kits. And I know people are just looking at it and throwing it away. So I need to get something else. Ooh, spring showers. Spring showers, that's a favorite. I mean, come on, that one is so cute, isn't it, Tina? Here we go. Now I'm nosy, and I'm going to go open the door. I'm going to see why Patrick shut it. It's not like I'm being that loud. I don't think that was it. Okay, do you want to see a dirty secret of mine? When I use tape and I'm done, I stick it here, but look how gross this is. I'm going to pull it off right now. You guys know all my dirty secrets. This is how exciting or non-exciting my life is, that this is as dirty as it gets. I need to get some Goo Gone or something and clean up the front of this. That was a good piece. That could have stuck something else. Tonight, I will work on getting my vial toadstool cloths. I'm trying to figure out how to do that because, you know, Crabapple Hill is no longer in existence. And we don't have any more patterns, so you're going to have to find the pattern somewhere. Oh my God, this is cute. Cute, cute, cute. Why am I sitting here? I still need to release the pom-pom trim. Now I lost my tweezers too. Can't find them. How am I going to do it? You can look at the back and see where I still have to release. So I got all of that, but I still have to get some of this stuff right here. Okay, let me find my tweezers. Oh, there they are. Okay, I finally got it all. I had to do a little bit of work from the backside. What's that? Look at me telling you I got it all. And then there's this one little spot right here that I can't seem to get. I'm just going to leave him. But look how fluffy he is. Like, that's pretty cool. Whoever figured that out. Okay, I'm going to start trimming. So that's the next step. Let me heat up that iron. I'm going to press all. Let's press them all and then let's trim them. All right, that's gorge. Let's come on over here. Sorry. Where are ya? Okay, here we go. All right. Let me come this way. Let's release you. Guess I could do it from this angle, huh? You guys okay with that? Let me see. Is that okay? You guys can see fine, right? What a messy mess. We're going to need that, so we'll leave that out. I should be embroidering more. What can I stick on my embroidery machine? I don't like it when it's just sitting there. Okay, that snowman and the Christmas tree and the little hanging ornaments, too adorable. It's too cute. Sometimes stuff is just too cute. I'm going to press everything out. Let's do it. This stuff too. Let's cut this away. We don't need this. And it doesn't have to be pretty. This is just the extra fabric in between. I'm going to cut this away too. Leave about a ½ inch because you never know when you're going to need that. But I want to get this, and then I'll show you how to trim the excess batting. Did I get it? This piece too. Get that out. You don't need that. Okay, if you're going to use your trimmer by George, how can I show you this where you'll get a close-up? Oh, who's coming to visit? Miss Ronnie, you're coming? Yay! It'll be nice to give you a hug in person. All right, so from the right side, you will pull back just the top layer, okay? And you're going to pull back just the top layer. You can snug this underneath right to where the stitch is. And just roll it back. Oop. And just kind of tuck it back a little bit. Do you like how I'm trying to make it look easy, but I'm not? Okay, again, hold it down. You're going to take this and not straight up and down, a little bit of a lean. And that's going to cut away the batting and the muslin. So you won't have any of that in your seam allowance if you feel like it's too bulky. Don't get too aggressive. You don't want to okay? And then you're left with this in the back. Nice, right? So might as well go ahead. I started it. I'm going to just go ahead and do it on the whole thing. You know, normally I would leave it, but I feel like this batting is a little thick. I don't feel like it's usually this thick. Put it in here on top of the batting. Snug it up against the stitches. And just fold it back. And I find that if you're too aggressive, you can get that fold. And I did use spray adhesive, so it might be sticking. And just fold it back. Takes a little bit of time, but if you don't want that bulk in there, that's why most of the time I leave it. I know. I have so many bad habits, guys. I should call this stitching with Jeannie, your lazy friend. Lazy embroiderer. That's what I am sometimes. And when you're lazy, sometimes you pay a price. Like I might have a bulkier seam. Working on... Yay! What are you going to do here? When you come, Dwani? Do you guys gamble? Can you let me know when you're coming so I can try and clean the store? It's like having guests. Just know, and then if I tell you that this is like messier than it usually is, that's a lie. It's always messy in our store. It just is. We're just busy. Okay, so that is how you can protect that seam, but cut out all the batting. So this is the difference between what it looks like now and after I used the trimmer by George and without it. And I used to try to be super aggressive, like snug it so hard in, and I've cut that fold before, and then you're kind of screwed. So we still have to trim this. I'm still going to press it, and I'm still going to cut 1/8 of an inch outside of the yellow line. Since we did that one side, I'm going to do the other, and then I'm going to look at my inner border, and then I'll decide if I'm going to do that one or not. That one, actually, the batting was cut to size, so it shouldn't be as... Wait, side up. See? Always do right side up. I was almost doing it backwards. And when I'm talking, sometimes I go into autopilot. I could see myself just having cut the top of the fabric and the batting. That's what I was headed into doing just then. Do you guys find it dangerous to sew with friends? Because I imagine someday I would like to go on a retreat. I don't, because I'm always working. I'm shackled to the store. But I imagine I would make lots of mistakes because I would just be talking and having fun with the girlfriends and not really paying attention. That would be so me. There we go. Okay. So I'm separating it because I have spray on it. But you're just gonna, if you're not spraying, you're just gonna slot your trimmer by George in between the layers. Ooh. Sticky. Here we go. I think Patrick's talking to Walter, our travel agent. So we'll do our video tonight. For those of you who are thinking about going on the tour with us. Oh my God, it's so cute. I was looking at my vial toadstools and I was just thinking, I was so happy. Okay, let's be honest. Like, there were some quirks with the Avenir. There's still a couple of things that are quirky. But I didn't want to do the class until I could remove a pixel, add a pixel, and it was perfect. And it was perfect. I was slapping a pixel in. I was taking a pixel out. Oh, I was just thinking, because I was making notes as I was doing the project, and I was just thinking that I didn't add a fill, and so I have to go back and we have to figure out what's going to be filled in. Okay, snug it in all the way to the seam. That edge should go all the way to the seam, and then you're just going to rock it back. There we go. How do you like that? Like, that's pretty badass. Like, look how nice and neat and clean and how close you can get, okay? There's your Ruler by George demo. Wasn't really meant to be a demo. I was just doing that for me. For me. Oh, and my iron has turned off. Let's get pressing. I'm getting hot. And I'm just wearing a little old tank top under this. Do you guys like my videos where I'm wearing just a bathrobe? I think I did one video where I was in my towel. Because, okay, so we have a sauna, and it is literally right outside the door to my room. Like, that's one of the things that I'm trying to do to be healthier. And to me, it makes sense, right? That it gets you sweating, and it gets your lymphatic system going, and all the stuff that's sitting there that normally wouldn't be coming out is coming out. I'm like, okay, that totally makes sense to me. And if you don't exercise that much and you don't get that sweaty, then, you know, you need a way to get it out. So I'm going to press this from the back side. Whoop. I got pushed back. Watch the joints. Watch the seams where they come together, okay? So sometimes I'll be in the middle of stitching, and then Patrick will be like, let's sauna. So then I come out and I come straight into my sewing room and I start stitching again. And I was like, They're just seeing my hands. They can't see anything else. So then I just started recording again. I was like, oh, look. You can see I'm just in my towel. Or sometimes in the morning, I love my bathrobe. My bathrobe, oh my God, if I could live in my bathrobe. It's too hot for the summertime. But, oh my God, look. Is that just gorgeous? It's gorgeous! So, yeah, if you're new, who is that? Did Brenda say she was new? I can't remember who said they were new. You might find some interesting attire in my videos. This is the little joint. I just don't want to get the tip of my iron stuck under there. And I just use, this is just water. But I really believe a wool mat's going to be better than your, than just an ironing board because it's like cushy. So like stuff can get pressed in and spread. We keep joking at the store how we want to do a calendar, a bathing suit calendar. But you guys would probably be sad to see us all in our bathing suits. But it could be kind of fun. Here we go. Last little bit. Uh-oh. Stop. Did I do something wrong? You're just coming to me, you know. Oh, wow. Well, maybe we could, you know, run out for lunch or grab dinner or do something. You're so why are we screaming stop? Am I doing something wrong? Or you're saying stop. Don't film in your towel. Did I just using your heat press will be easier. What's this stop for? Help me. Now I'm nervous. Because you know sometimes people will be like, oh my God, look what's, you know. Like when I was, when I kept forgetting to pull my wool mat out when I was doing my embroidery. Oh my goodness. This just looks so good. It looks so good. Okay, we're going to trim. I might as well, since these are up, let's just trim them out and then we'll put them to the side. Even though I said I was going to do all my pressing first. I'm going to go from the right side because I can see that antique gold or whatever I have here too. You're going to trim 1/8 of an inch outside of that. I'm just going to use a smaller ruler and I'll just, you know, fabric is malleable. So it kind of moves a little bit. So just do a little bit at a time. And then I'll trim over. And I think they're supposed to be 2.5 inches. Is that right? So I just trim a little bit at a time. 1/8 of an inch from one of the sides. And then I measure whatever all the way over to the other side. So with this one, I think, like I said, I think it's going to be 2.5 inches. Are you saying stop because you don't want me to be in my bathrobe? I'm hoping that's just it. Oh, but I didn't, right? Oh my God. Yes. Yes. I thought you wanted me to stop my, being in my towel in my bathrobe. I know. I need an emergency line that you guys can call into. I did that not so long ago. I totally, I cut my border strip on the wrong side. I was like, oh, look at that. Great. I can't remember what I did, but I ended up making it work somehow. Oh, I just sewed it together. I mean, I couldn't have done this. I was cutting them apart, and I cut through the top instead of, I cut through the border top instead of the muslin. Here we go. Okay, and I think these are 2.5 inches. Go from this side. Yes, 2.5 inches. So now from this edge, I'm just going to go 1/8 of an inch from this side, and then I'll do my 2.5 inches. So what I'm doing is, here's my stitch right there. I'm just putting it on the 1/8, cutting over 1/8 of an inch over all the way up. You want to go out for real, Mama? I'll let you out. It better not be pretend. How come that feels like I'm not cutting? Okay, hang on. The dog. Okay, this better be for real. Here we go. How come you shut the door on me? Were you having a secret private conversation?
I was talking with Walter, the travel agency. Hey, come on.
I just let him out. Like, literally a minute.
How long do you have?
What time is it?
It's cold in here.
I'm going to stitch till 1.
I'm gonna try to leave by 1.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go ski for a couple hours.
Where are you skiing?
Squaw.
Okay, so I'm 1/8 of an inch, and it's not perfectly 1/8 of an inch. Like, look at sometimes where there's a joint, it might be a little bigger, a little smaller. As long as your 1/4 inch is going to encase that top stitching, that's what you want. So now from this edge, now I'm going to trim it 2.5 inches. So I'm going to put the 2.5 inch over here on my left. And I'm just going to go ahead and adjust it as I go. Who are you meeting?
What did you say?
Who are you meeting?
I'm having a burrito.
Not eating, meeting.
I'm gonna ski with Mike.
Okay. Take your time, adjust your ruler as you go. And I leave the ends on. I'll trim that later. Just in case, you never know when you're going to need an extra 1/4 inch somewhere, right? So isn't that gorge? This looks so good. I'll cut like maybe this part off, but you never know. Sometimes I've been in a pinch, and the very end of that has made a difference. So, okay. let's fold that one up. We'll trim the other one, and then we're just going to keep trimming. I think that's probably going to be all I have time for today because I am going to run to the store. But
We're not going to the store till the season.
I'm going to be running to the store. So Patrick's telling me when I can run to the store.
You're like, I'm going to go when I want.
Yeah, did you hear that? I go when I want. Not when Patrick tells me. Too bad you can't take them skiing with you.
They just sit in the car.
And I'm not worried about the 1/8 of an inch from here. I'm worried about the 2.5 inches from this side over. Here we go. Oh my God, you are so beautiful to me. Oh my God, it's really cute. All right, here we go. Gonna fold those up and let's get pressing. My iron's already hot. You welcome, Miss Brenda. Yeah, quilt for fun. I got lucky on that one. Sometimes I don't catch it. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking so much. Can't even think. And then the next thing, okay, this is pressed good enough. I'm going to leave it because I don't want to squash my little pom-pom. So let's do these puppies. Oh, here's that other border. Yeah, this I'm just going to leave. Here are my inners. Here are my innies. I was like, what's Mons? I really looked at that and thought that for a second. Okay, here we go. Is that better? Snow. I was like, what's Mons? Is that like Mondays? Oh my God. I should not share with you the thoughts inside my head. You're going to think I'm an idiot. That was only 2 hoopings. So these other ones I'm going to press in the direction of the borders, the inner borders, the itty bitties. This one, let's go ahead and just make sure this is set. The little seam where it comes together. I don't want the tip of my iron getting underneath one of those and pushing it. Nice and flat. See the difference? Like, look at this over here. So you always want to press, and then you're going to trim. Press, then trim. It's worth the time and effort. What was I doing? Oh, so yesterday, it's dry now, so. Yesterday I was coloring, and I was coloring so hard, it hurt my hand. I was like, is this what's become of me? Coloring hurts my hand? I was doing the white. Like when you're doing those crabapple hill patterns and you are, oh shoot, I still have to do the quilting on the pinwheels, don't I? Okay, so I will finish pressing and trimming these. That'll be the last of what I do in our sew along, and then hopefully tonight I can do I can finish quilting I can finish quilting the pinwheels, sewing them together, trimming it, sewing them together, and quilting them. Because this is not done yet. Yeah, I was like, this is hurting my hand. And all I was doing was semi-aggressively coloring the fabric white underneath where I was doing the other shading. I just like to tap it and just make sure it's dry. You want it to be dry. So cute. I thought I was going to bust this one out like, you know, it's just going to take me like an evening. Nope. Nice and flat. Flat is where it's at. Oh my God, these are so cute. I was piecing last night and I was like, am I doing this so wrong? Are people going to watch this and be like, ooh, she should stick to, like, everything comes out pretty good, so I think I'm doing it okay. So I wish I had more time because Michelle and Gail on Friday are going to be doing, well, they're going to come in and talk to you about wool because they have some wool projects that they want to do to see if like people are interested, like just nice and flat. You just don't want to leave it like, I don't know if you can see the difference, but and then they're going to do a prepping your fabric before you quilt, which I really need because I don't think Michelle best press beforehand, and I always do. And I don't know what Gail does, so I need to watch it. I need to see what the experts are doing. I mean, they do so many quilts every single year, and Michelle is a huge quilter here in the Reno area, so she sees it all on top of doing her own stuff. I would call them both experts for sure. And then there's me. I'm a wannabe. There's a quilt shop down in Vegas. I think it's called like the Christmas Goose or something Goose. And, oh my goodness. When I walked into that shop, I was like, I want my shop to be like this. They are more of a quilting store. We're more of a like embroidery store for sure. But someday we'll be a quilting store too. We do have some stuff, and we do some quilting. You know what I'm dying to do? Okay, when I have free time, I'm going to do these. I love paper piecing. Have you guys seen these? These are from Legit Kits. Is that so cute? I love this one with the donkey. So I love paper piecing. It's one of my true loves. But I'm not a like, not that I don't think it's beautiful. I'm not like a Judy Niemeyer kind of paper piecing. I'd rather do like those that are more abstract. I don't even know if they're abstract. Here's your cup of Joe. Mittens. Joyce. Hi, Miss Joyce. Joyce, I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been hiding? You been hanging out with Mom? Joyce is one of our local yokels, our OGs. Joyce, I remember when I met you and you came in and traded in your Janome 11,000. Do you remember that? I'm sure you remember it better than I do. That's like my first memory of you. So cute. These were just adorable. With the stitching and like, I love this, the little heart with the pretend string. Oh, I think this one I might have pressed already. Looks already really flat. Okay. I usually don't do circles, but this one's already pressed. Because you don't want to pull and distort your fabric in all different directions. All right, we're going to trim these now. And sometimes I will use my pop rulers. Sometimes I'll just use a regular ruler when it's going to call for a double ruler setting. I don't like doing those. So if it doesn't fit in this shape, then I'm going to use a regular ruler. And you want your rotating mat. Like this one is definitely nested. Like you can just tell that this is going to be, what, 4.5 by 8.5. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to grab my, I have a 4.5 by 18.5. But where is it? Where are you? I know I brought it over here. Where did I put it? Okay, give me 1 second to find it. Oh, here it is. So sometimes I'll just use these. A good long 4.5 one is really good. And this one's 4.5 by 8.5 is, I can just tell by putting my ruler down. That's the size that it wants to be. I'm just going to fussy cut it. I'm going to move these so I can twirl my mat. Otherwise, I can tell it's not going to work. Something feels off with this cutter. Okay, hold the whole thing. I could have swore that slid. And I'm going to have to lift my ruler to get that last cut. That to me is just easier than the nesting thing. We have to extend the cuts and stuff like that. But I do prefer my pop rulers just because they have an open window and I can see when I'm trimming. Ooh, there's another itty bitty piece for my other thing. All right. And somebody had asked because they thought you were supposed to add a 1/4 inch around. No. When you trim, it's never going to be right on that line. It's always going to be a little bit outside, and you're just going to eyeball it. Make sure you have an equal amount on both sides, left and right, top and bottom. I feel like I'm a little closer to this line, a little over. It's going to be fine. Nobody will notice. Nobody. Just you. You, yourself, and you. All right. So this one, we have the 4.5 by 6.5. This is all in your spreadsheet too. Hopefully it's right. If you ever find a mistake in the spreadsheet, email me so I can fix it, because I put them up and I really don't look at them again. But I put the final cut size. So this one is, these are the mittens. Mittens right here. And then it says 4.5 by 6.5 is your cut size. So all of that's in your spreadsheet. But you can just grab your pop ruler, lay it down, and go, oh, that looks like 4.5 by 6.5, which is what I do at this point. But if you feel like you're not really good at eyeballing and just knowing, then you can look at the spreadsheet. And all that information is not, it's not like it's top secret. I just get it from the book, and then I put it all in one spot. That's all. Not very exciting. So you're going to go ahead, hold it, turn, settle your rotary cutter all the way at the bottom and push up to the top. Hold and turn and just go all the way around. Ooh, I just moved that. I saw that. Be deliberate, be mindful. A lot of times I'll just need like one more cut in the corner. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I seem to always just leave a thread. And there are your mittens. Okay? Whoop! My bag's falling. Let's keep going. See this little guy? We don't have a ruler for this one. So I'm going to use my 4.5 by 4.5, and we'll just do 2 cuts. And this is 2.5 by 4.5. And then lay it down one more time. Get your last cut. And let's keep cutting. Let's keep cutting. This one's 4.5 by 4.5. We do have a pop ruler for that. Grab it. You're going to frame it. Look straight down from above. Make sure everything looks good. Ooh, it looks good. And it's worth the investment if you love Kimberbell. A lot of times those are going to be the sizes of the blocks. Isn't that cute? It's worth it to have the pop rulers. What are these little itty bitties? 2.5 by 2.5. I do have a 2.5 by 2.5 ruler. But you know what? It's all the way across the room. So I'm just going to use this one. It's too far. I can't walk all that way. Cute little itty bitties. I like to go where it has the 2.5 by 2.5. Just stacking them up. This one looks long and skinny too. Yeah, this one is going to be 4.5 by 8.5. So I'm going to use this ruler instead. It's already 4.5. This is a good one to have. A 4.5. This one is 4.5 by 12.5. But I think I also have this in 4.5 by 18.5. And I do like this size. Oops, I feel like I'm not quite over on this side. I don't want to cut into that. It's going to be a little bit stiff by the satin stitch on his belly. One more cut. Oh, was there a centering line? Did I cut it off? I think they had a center line, so you're going to have to be careful sewing these together. The snowman.
What?
I think there was a tick mark centering line for one of these. Let me look. If so, I ignored it. What? Your clothing sounds so crunchy. Remember when I asked who you were meeting and then you said you were eating a burrito?
You asked who I was meeting?
Yes. And you're like, I'm eating a burrito.
Oh, I thought you asked, obviously.
I know you did.
What I was eating.
It was kind of cute. I was like, oh, the old man can't hear. I'm just kidding. Be safe.
I'll be right back.
Don't do the last run.
And skis and stuff.
The last run's always the run that gets you. I love his buttons. Look how cute those are. Those are so cute. Oh my God, there's way more blocks in this than you realize, right? Where's my 4.5? I love the 4.5 by 4.5. I use that a lot. That is a good one to have. Just start treating yourself to a ruler. Get like a ruler a month until you have the ones that you really need. It's just nice being able to reach over and go, oh, that's the one I need. Poppy. These can be a little awkward because there's like a point where everything is coming together and it is pushing my ruler up. So you have to be careful. And there's lots of markings on here that you can pay attention to and make sure that you're on, that this is like, you have that and you have that mark down there on the center. Before my dog scratches the wood off of my door, let me let her out. Hi, gorgeous. No, go. Go.
She didn't want to go?
No. She is the worst because she will scratch at the door, whine, and then you go over there, and she's about 50 pounds. She feels like she's 500 pounds. Because by the time I get over there, I'm like, okay, if you're going to call me over to let you out, you are going out. And then I try to push her out the door, and it's like she's cemented to the ground. Oop. Here she goes to the door again. And then I get mad at her. I say, no, I'm not letting you out. And then I pull the bell off the door.
When you're off before you go to the store.
Okay. Cement. That's what she feels like. Like she's cemented to the ground. I don't know how she does it. Her little booty is just like anchored. No. No. You're not going. I just walked all the way over there and let you out. This is when the pop ruler will really be nice, when you have like this big fluffy thing. Although, let's see. Here we go. 6.5 by 8.5. Because you don't want the ruler on it, and then it's going to make the ruler unstable. So you got to get a set of pop rulers. People are like, what should I get first? Because they're not cheap. It's hard. I would just pick one. I thought there was like a little centering hash mark, but I'm just wrong. Okay, Poppy, if I come over there, I'm pushing your booty out that door. That looks good. As good as it's going to get. You know, I'm looking at it going, get better. Hold and turn. And then I had to put on their, they have bark collars. They're just sound ones. Well, I mean, I could do, I think it's sound vibration. I think it will also shock, but I just set it up for sound because they don't like it. And I had to put that on them this morning because they were the worst dogs in the neighborhood. I was embarrassed. Should we just do these? Get these out of the way. Okay, 1/8 of an inch and then 1.5 inches over. Okay, Mama gonna come over there, but if I open the door, you best go out. That. These are short, so these are fun. So I'm going to cut the right-hand side of all of these. And then I'll cut them down from there. warm today. Okay. I think these are 1.5 inches. So now I'm going to turn them. I'm going to turn this over, and there's my 1.5 inches. I'm going to put that on this edge. And yes, these should be 1.5 inches. Mons. Hey, Mons. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, snow. Here we go. So I don't worry about it. See how this side didn't catch at all? Like if your tack down doesn't catch, as long as you have one side with a full and intact tack down line, you can just cut from that and then cut from the edge. So this would have been so much easier. It was such a pain in the booty to do because I pre-cut it. So if we're doing another prep video, you guys have to be like, stop! Don't cut your border fabric. Leave it all in one piece. It's just so much easier. I think sometimes, like when I'm doing a prep video, I just go into autopilot and I just start just cutting. That's what I did with this one. And I think that was it. Was that all 4? Yep. Okay, let's continue on with these. Where's my little itty bitty? I do have, you know what I was looking for? Because I have a, what's the word I'm looking for? Quilter Select. I know I had one that was Quilter Select. Sometimes I love Quilter Select and sometimes I don't. For the most part, like if I want something super gummy that's not going to move, then I want to use my Quilter Select for sure. I feel like they are the gummiest. Let's see if it's in here. Look at it. I have a drawer here that says small rulers. Because I know I had one. I lost it. What I don't like too is I don't like, even if I get it at my wholesale, I don't like having to buy another one. Like, I don't deserve one. I deserve to find the one I had. You know what I mean? Like, I can just be grabbing stuff off the wall all the time. I need to be more responsible than that. Cute little itty bitty mitten. I go through periods of time where I go, I don't deserve nice things. Like I just broke my laptop screen. So I had to send it back, get it fixed. Thank God they could fix it. right? Because they're not cheap. And then I tell myself, oh, you don't deserve nice things. Okay, let's see if I can get my lines on here too. And make sure I don't have two stacked up. That's the worst. Oop. All right, garbage. What do we have left? I think we're almost done. I think it's so funny that I thought I was gonna get this whole thing done, and then I was going to finish. I don't even remember what else it was I talked about finishing. I must have been thinking pretty highly of myself. I must have been like, I am so fast. Now reality's setting in. I am so slow. Yeah, I thought I was going to trim everything, and then I was going to sew it all together, and then the pillow is going to be done. Let's do this side where I can square everything up a little bit better. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Okay, 3 sides. Oh! Hopefully that. Let me put that back over there. I think that's okay. There we go. We're good. It's thick in some spots for sure. And then it moves on top of the, where the seams come together and they're really thick. So you just have to be careful. Careful, deliberate. All right. I think that was it. Okay. That is going to be it for... Is this really going to take me another week? No, it will not. So what I'm going to do that you're not going to see is I will sew together my pinwheels. I'll sew the whole thing together. But where's my other one? Pinwheel. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hopefully I can find it. Where are you? Well, I have to find my other one. It's here somewhere. So I'm going to sew these two together. Oop. Here we go. We'll sew these two together. Press it open. This is going to be thick. And I might like try and see what I can cut out of the seam before I do the embroidery. But I'm going to sew this together and then I'm going to quilt it. That's what these are for. Oh, did I never do it? Did I never do my, no, I must have. Let me find it because I am missing that one pinwheel. So, I'll do that. I'll film it. I will film it, sewing it together, quilting it, and then I'll sew the whole thing together. Hopefully I can get that done tonight. And that's it for me. Anyone have any questions? I haven't been looking at your notes. Want to finish it over on, actually start something. Hello, Mr. Curtis. Okay, well, that's it. So I have to find my other. Oh, look at that. Yay! Oh, no! Why am I yaying? It was underneath it and I cut it. And I cut it wrong. That's so me. So maybe that's why it felt so thick under there. Can I make it work? How about that? That's okay, right? Look. Let's just make it work. Okay, that would look pretty darn bad. I guess I'll be stitching another one of these, trimming it, and then sewing it together. I cannot believe it was underneath and that I cut it like that. Hey, it happens. Hopefully I have the fabric to do it. This is the kind of stuff that makes me want to throw the whole project in the corner and walk away. But live and learn. I will restitch this and then I'll film the rest of it. Hopefully I'll get this done. I'm going to do my pillow with, I know, right? Can you believe that? I'm going to do it with piping. And I don't know if I've done a class. If you have a serger, maybe I'll do a class. I haven't done one in a while where I show you how to do piping and put a zipper in with your serger. So have a great day. Be creative. Make something awesome. And I'll see you from the store tomorrow. Bye, guys.